BwE has doubled and tripled down on trying to have people's videos taken down if they talk about them. And he's also doubled down on calling me a liar and a defamer, which is why I'm doing this video. Mudahar has talked about him, Charlie has talked about him, and he's tried to have Mudahar's video taken down. I wouldn't be surprised if he tried to do the same thing to Charlie. I want to respond to something that BwE said over here. Plus, I cannot fight a liar with millions of subs. I'm a sole developer. This was posted to his Twitter. The real motive? It's not justice. M-, because everybody uses M-dashes on Twitter. This isn't about ethics, M-, it's about piracy, jealousy, and pushing an anti-business agenda. I went over this in this video. It's not ABC, it's XYZ with DEF. Anytime somebody does that shit, I know that they wrote what they wrote with ChatGPT. I was lazy and I fucked up and I didn't use Pandoc when I should have, and I was using ChatGPT to convert stuff from Wiki to Markdown, from Markdown to other stuff, and I told it, don't change the content of anything that I said. Simply convert from one format to the other. And I was so stupid, I deleted the chats and I deleted the original work. So I got 60 or 80 pages of stuff at this point that has had the word make sure turned to ensure, that mentions critical, crucial, essential, critical, crucial, essential. It's not ABC, it's DEF with XYZ. M-, M-, M-. I have a PhD and what it's like to have ChatGPT plagiarize your homework for you. The only thing that I am more sure of than that ChatGPT wrote that Twitter post is that BwE is the exact same person as the Luan Taharaj that messed with those 13-year-old girls. I'm calling you out, and I'm saying on a camera with 2 million people that Louis Rossman thinks you're a pedophile. You said over here that it's not worth it, and I cannot fight a liar with millions of subs. And that's complete bullshit. I got a business with 8 employees that I've had for 16 years. I have a YouTube channel with 2 million subscribers. I have 2 nonprofits that have spent time advocating for right to repair around the country. I've raised money off of nothing other than my name. I go to these state legislative hearings, I testify, I get support from all these different people based on my reputation. My reputation is worth everything to me. Without my reputation, I am nothing. Without my reputation, my business is nothing. If I make these claims and they're not true, my business will probably be nothing. You could take everything away from me for saying what I just did right there, because I didn't qualify it, I didn't do no bullshit that this is not financial advice. No, I said it out loud. And it'd be very, very easy for you to prove that I'm completely full of shit. Problem here is that I didn't ask for this in the first video I did because I'm a privacy advocate. But one of the things that I had to learn, I got to learn my own lessons here. When I was talking to Mr. Steve Burke at Gamers Nexus, when I'm talking in this video, and this video over here, this one particularly between 18 minutes and 21 minutes, what I'm saying in that video is that when you're dealing with a bitch, the problem is when you try to hold the bitch to the same standard that you hold yourself to. So I would usually hold you to the same standard that I would hold myself to. Customers can walk into my store and not leave their name, their email address, or their phone number, and I will still fix their stuff. I may ask for a deposit ahead of time, but I will still fix their stuff. I don't believe in asking for people's personally identifiable information for no good reason. The problem is you do. And for me to hold you to that standard when you don't hold yourself to that standard is ridiculous. You berate your own customers over this. When you take away the access to what they bought and paid for because it gives you sadistic pleasure to do so, you tell them, show me your ID. Then you make fun of them and say, is that what you show a cop? Then you say that they must not exist. Then you say that they must be inhaling lead fumes, which by the way, it's flux fumes. Lead does not vaporize into the air until 3,000 plus Fahrenheit, you ignorant fuck. You don't even gotta have a high school diploma to understand this shit.
Know how to read, you ignorant fuck.
You take solder, you put it to a soldering iron, you'll see smoke come up, and then when the flux burns away in the solder, you'll notice that smoke stops going up, and you can measure this with a P-Track 8525 particle counter. And what you'll notice is that the solder stays on the iron and doesn't go anywhere, even though it's no longer smoking, because the flux is what creates the fumes, not the lead, you stupid, ignorant motherfucker. The fact that you are worse than somebody that got a 58 on his chemistry regents going to New York City public school is almost more offensive to me than what you did to those 13-year-old girls. I digress. You live by the sword, you die by the sword. As my best friend and great mentor, God rest his soul, Mr. Dino used to say, if you're gonna be the bitch, be the whole bitch. You tell all your customers, show me your ID. I'm gonna make the same request to you. Show me your fucking ID. I want to see your state identification. I want to see a state ID that can be verified by your local government. I want that state ID to match the name on your bank accounts that the money comes in for all the people who bought your software. I want that name on your state ID to line up with the transcripts from the college that you claim that you're going to. I want that state ID to match your fucking picture. If you were able to show that with all that evidence, you would be able to bury me in a fucking grave. But you're never going to show that. That's why you deleted your social media. That's why you deleted your business. That's why you got rid of everything, because you know that I'm right, and you know that I got more receipts on you. Did you sign up for a website that's similar to Australian's Ticketmaster back in 2020? And if so, did you use the name Louis Taharaj when you signed up with your business email domain name of betterwayelectronics.com.au? Yeah, I didn't click on it to see that they match. But I know.
Believe me. I know.
You feel that, don't you? Right through your suit. The heat is on, Louis. There are eyewitnesses too, and there's more than one of them. And several people have already come forward with them on their YouTube channels. People that you screwed over. You think I wouldn't double check on this shit before I post this to the internet? What kind of fucking idiot do you think I am? You know how much shit that I have to lose if I'm wrong about this?
BwE has actually visited someone, and someone who we know and trust actually put eyeballs on this guy. Now, there is a newspaper article, I'll just put it there, with his disgusting face on it. So I sent that picture to this guy over DM, and yeah, there you go. Confirmed kill. That is Louis.
I've looked up a lot of information on you over the past 2 weeks, Louis. A lot of stuff that I've yet to disclose. I've dug so much, I'm surprised I'm not standing right next to you in Australia right now, so that you'd have an opportunity to tell me to my face that you think I'm a liar, a cheater, and a defamer, so that you could figure out in person what happens when you say that shit to somebody's face, to a grown man born in Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, rather than to a scared little blackmailed Australian girl. I would teach you a lesson that she could not, and I bet you take a very different tone with me in person than you do over the internet. I've always been a privacy advocate. Always will be. But I'm not going to make the mistake of holding scumbags to the same standard that I hold myself. I'm going to hold you to the standard that you hold yourself to. You live by the sword, you die by the sword. You want to be the bitch? Be the whole bitch. Show me your ID. You want to destroy me as a human being? You can do it with a single fucking scan. But you won't. Because I know who you are. And so do you. You know what pisses me off? I believe in second chances for everybody. I know this is going to sound messed up, but I even believe in, that's one of my biggest flaws in the world, that the people that care about me will always point out. I will always give somebody a second and third and a fourth chance. It's why I hate Darvo people, because I have an endless amount of sympathy, empathy, and willingness to give somebody a 10,000th chance after they've showed me who they are. And the thing is, in the real world, even with a sick, twisted fuck like you, I'm the type of person that would want you to have a second chance. It's a character flaw. That's why I'm okay with hiring ex-cons. I don't disqualify people because they checked the wrong box on line 14. If you have a felony conviction, I'm open to talking to you, and I'm open to giving everybody a second chance, because 99% of people, when you give them a second chance, they're going to realize they screwed up and do the right thing. The people that are the most interested in proving they're a net benefit to society, in my experience, are people that got put behind bars for being a net negative. But the problem is that there's that 1% of people, they don't hurt others as a byproduct of their issues. There's that 1% where hurting people is the point. Darvo people, they're uncurable. You were one of the lowest forms of scum in society when you committed that crime and went to prison. And when you came out as somebody who understood PlayStations better than everybody else in the industry, who created software that everybody relies on and uses, that were willing to pay for it. You were the go-to person. Everybody wants to be the Dr. House of their industry, that everybody goes to solve the problems that nobody else can solve. There's such a dopamine rush in that, and there's such a great feeling to knowing that you're on the top of your field, that people look up to you and want to be like you and want to learn, want to troubleshoot like you. You could have been a hero. The David versus Goliath, fighting back against companies like Sony that don't want customers to be able to fix what they bought and paid for. You had everything that you needed to have a second start for yourself. Nobody would have looked you up. If you didn't laugh at people and screw with them as you were ripping them off and fucking with them and telling them that they sound like they're inhaling lead fumes because of how stupid they are as you're revoking access to what they bought and paid for, do you think anybody would have seriously done the detective work to figure out who you are? No. You would have got to live your life as the hero that made the world a better place for people.
You had it all and you threw it away, you dumb fuck!